You may have noticed that the word mindfulness is used a lot lately. It's being thrown around everywhere. People talk about it, it's in advertisements. Well, there are two different types of mindfulness that I want to talk about. I just want to clarify what each is, the differences between the two, and what each is used for. Now, the most common type of mindfulness or mindful living you've been hearing about lately is a practice of mindfulness for the Western world, basically for stress reduction and being more present. And while the term mindfulness as a whole has its roots in Eastern philosophy and Eastern traditions, in the 1970s in the Western world, a guy named John Kabat-Zinn started using mindfulness for something he called mindfulness-based stress reduction. And this was basically a way of teaching Westerners a way to be more present, focused, and mindful in their daily Western world and their daily Western lives so that they didn't implode. And there's a very big need for that in the Western world where we're focused on doing, achieving. So a lot of the mindfulness you hear spoken about today is rooted in that philosophy. And you learn things like just being completely present and focused on the current moment and your current task. All designed to remind you to get out of your head and into the present moment. There are things like mindful eating, where you're very vigilant and very aware of the smell of the food, the taste of the food, the texture of the food, the process of chewing, the process of eating. Mindful breathing, where you're aware of the breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. Being mindful of your thoughts, being aware of your thoughts, stopping them, and questioning them. So in this video, my purpose is just to give you a brief overview of the two types of mindfulness you're hearing a lot about. I'm not going to go into the specific mindfulness practices. My other videos, I touch upon some of those. So number one, which you're hearing a lot about in the Western world, is mindfulness for stress reduction. The other type of mindfulness, which is the origin of mindfulness and mindful living, is, as I said, rooted in Buddhism and Eastern philosophy. And it's two-part. It's being aware of what is, but also accepting what is. Accepting life as it is on life's terms. You don't have to like what life hands you, but you have to accept and be at peace that it is what it is. So while the first type of mindfulness I speak about is more of a stress reduction practice, the second part, the original mindfulness, if you will, mindfulness version 1.0, it is a practice, but it's more of a philosophy. It's about letting go of resistance. It's like the serenity prayer. It's granting you the wisdom to know and let go of things that you can't control. Not necessarily loving it, not necessarily liking it, but also not actively resisting it. So hopefully that gave you a little clarification between the two different ways the word mindfulness is being utilized lately. If you have any questions, just let me know below. The book, Mindfulness for People Who Suck at Being Mindful, is available on Amazon. Subscribe to the blog, maximizedlife.com. On Instagram, a.maximized.life. On Twitter, at DJ Melissa Maxx. On YouTube, a Maximized Life. On TikTok, a Maximized Life. And on Facebook, at Mindfulness Coach Melissa Maxx, all with 2 X's.